Hi friends, I'm about to go through the puppies bedtime routine that we do every single night here with the puppies, and I thought I would kind of take you along with one little piece of it. That way this video is not super long, but make sure to watch the video all the way to the end because I am going to be doing a little announcement at the end. But I wanted to share our 10-step handling exercise that we do with them every single day. We've done this since they were teeny tiny, and we do it every single day until they leave us. And all of my puppy families know that I do recommend them continuing this beyond them leaving me, because in the long run it helps in so many different ways for your puppy as they grow and mature. But I do it while I'm raising them. I do it for many reasons. We do it to desensitize them to being handled by different ages. Like if you have a toddler in your home, y'all know I have a toddler, 5 kids as a matter of fact, but the smallest one, she's only 3. So, you know, what is a typical 3-year-old going to do with a puppy? They're going to pull their tail. They're going to pull their ears. So I desensitize them from a very young age every single day to things just like that. Having a toddler handle them. Being patted. There are special needs children and adults that I personally am very good friends with someone who does heavy petting, and they have a bunch of animals just like us, and when she hugs you or when she pets your animals, she pats. So I always make sure to include that in there with her in mind, because I want my puppies to know that even though you're not being rubbed, you're being patted, it's okay. And you're okay, and you're doing a great job. But I desensitize them to, obviously, y'all have seen me do their mani-pedi day every week. And I desensitize them to getting groomed as well as their nails. I desensitize them to, the pulling of the ears, the tail, being rubbed in opposite directions versus just the normal direction. And obviously, I always end it on a positive note, which now they just kind of melt into me and they don't mind it one bit. They're very compliant on what I'm asking them to do because it is part of our daily routine. But I'm going to run through it, I promise. But I just wanted to explain that I do it for many reasons, more than what I have just named. Those are just kind of the top reasons that I do it, because I do want my puppies to be very desensitized to being handled no matter what comes at them in their life, whether it be a toddler, an adult, anything, grooming, anything. I want them to know that it's okay, and I'm doing a good job, and I'm okay. So let's go grab a puppy, and I will show y'all our 10-step handling exercise. Before we get started, you'll notice me at the end when I'm done with her handling exercises. I'll cuddle up to her like this, and I always have a positive moment with my puppy, and I do it before and after. So we always hug really close and let her know that she is safe. She's not going to be harmed. She is doing a good job, and she is perfectly fine. So I might not say it at the end, but I do start and end our handling exercises with that positive, close to my face, close to my heart experience, so she knows that she is safe and she is okay. So let's get started. So this is Miss Cherry, and she is going to volunteer to do our 10-step handling exercises for y'all. Okay, I always start with their ears. I kind of start from the top and work my way down. It's actually more than 10 steps if you counted every single step that I do. But I start with their ears, I give them a tug, and we do increase the pressure every single week. And they're 7 weeks old, so we are at max pressure. I'm thinking like a toddler when I do this. A tug on their ears, and because Doodles do have to have their ears plucked every time they get groomed, I kind of stick my finger just right there and rub around on her ear, and she's like, oh, this is nice. Do both ears, both little ears. Cover their eyes for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We check inside our mouth. We look at our teeth and our tongue. We rub our belly. And she's perfectly fine with being laid on her back and me rubbing her belly in circular motions. I take my finger and I run through their paw pads, and I'm pressing on her paw, and I'm not hurting her, and she doesn't mind. I tap their nails. We do all 4 paws, and I am applying pressure on 4 of these little paws. We go down her body, up her body, so it's not just the normal down. And I do that a couple times. And the patting that I told y'all about, I do pat. I take their tail, kind of run it around my finger, and I think like a toddler again, and I give their tail a little tug. Obviously, I'm not hurting her, or she would cry. She would tell you that I was hurting her, and I'm not. I rub their nose. They do have to be groomed a lot. I tap their nose. And now let me go get my other tools that I use. Okay, I also, excuse the noise, I run my finger around her collar and I give it a tug. That way she knows that her collar being tugged, like when you start leash training, it's okay, you're okay. Okay, slicker brush. I do positively desensitize them to being brushed. She does not mind. Like I said, we've done this for weeks and weeks and weeks now. Just a gentle little quick brush. Typically, I can put her down, but y'all are on a tripod and I cannot. But she does not mind it one bit. Comb. I don't even know if y'all can hear me. I'm sorry. The comb, I do run through a comb with them, and they have to have their eyes trimmed a lot, so it's just a rounded edge. I will put the thing right here just to replicate that sensation of having their eyes trimmed, and she's not pulling away from me. She's not minding it one bit. Just having something near their eyes and their face just helps them to get used to being groomed and knowing that you're gonna have your face trimmed and it's okay. And you are okay. And then these are my small trimmers that I use to touch up my own personal dogs. And I do turn it on and I just kind of rub it on them just so they can hear the noise, feel the sensation, and they usually turn their head. They can feel the sensation, hear the noise, and it kind of adapts them to that sound. Because they are golden doodles, my golden doodles go to the groomer every 6 weeks. I'll give you the puppy in just a second. My golden doodles go to the groomer every 6 weeks. So, they do have a lifelong time of grooming ahead of them. So those are the bedtime routine handling exercises that we do with every single puppy every single night. Okay, now I'm going to go in here, finish the rest of the 9 puppies. One's done. Finish the other 9, and I will do my announcement once I lay them down for bed. Okay, now that the baby's bedtime routine is done and everybody's settling down and going night-night, I usually stand in here for a few minutes to make sure everybody settles, nobody needs anything, make sure Maggie doesn't want to come in here and nurse them, and then obviously I'll turn the lights off and turn their lullabies on. But I kind of wanted to end this video with an announcement, kind of, sort of, and kind of not. Those of you that watched my Q&A video, yes, I have said it before, and those of you that remember me saying it in that video are apparently really excited for me and for my family. And I keep getting asked which puppy I'm keeping from our litter. I do plan on keeping back from our litter for our family, as a family, obviously to be raised here with me, by me and my family, as a family pet and potential parent for the future of Maggie Moo's Doodles. But I do keep getting asked which one or which ones that I plan to keep back. And like I did say in my Q&A video, I also wait on temperament testing. So temperament testing is very important to me, and making sure I never want to breed a dog that doesn't have that perfect middle of the road temperament. I don't want to breed a dog that is just crazy wild or anything, and I don't want to breed the tender-hearted dog, but I want that perfect middle of the road puppy. So I can't tell until I do temperament testing. So I do have their temperament evaluations scheduled for this week. It's on my calendar. So as long as everything goes as planned with 5 children and 16 dogs, I do plan on doing their temperament evaluations midweek this week. But I thought that since I keep getting asked that I would, and it's mainly about girls, boy-wise, I've gotten asked a couple of times if I'm holding back a boy, but not as many times as I've been asked about girls. So for the girls, I thought I would tell y'all kind of who's in the running to be in the girl lineup. And who's in the running, who I am seriously looking at, is Cherry, Strawberry, and Plum. They all three, I mean, I love all 10 of them the same, just for different reasons, and they're different personality traits. But of the girls, those 3 stand out to me the most for many different reasons, and I could talk for 10-20 more minutes about those many reasons, but I'm not going to bore y'all like that. But I've been asked the most about girls, so I won't get into boys, but I have been asked the most about girls. So in the running that I'm looking seriously at adding a potential future mom for Maggie Moo's Doodles are, again, Cherry, Strawberry, and Plum. So I just wanted to come on here and kind of say that, because I guess y'all are just as excited as I am, because obviously any puppy that I keep back from any of my litters, if you haven't followed me long enough to know that they get treated like my children, then you haven't been following me long enough, because they get treated like my children. My children will tell you that I love my dogs and my puppies more than I love them. And I have to admit, they do rank right up there, right next to my human children. My dogs, my puppies are my babies as well. So if you have been following me long enough, you know that me keeping back a puppy from my litter to live with us does get spoiled, rotten, and treated all the same. But I will stop here, stop rambling, but I did want to come on here and tell y'all that. So kind of a little spoiler, kind of not, but those of you that are excited for us, those are the ones that I'm seriously considering. So I did want to throw that out there for the people that are excited and asking me nonstop, because I mean, obviously I'm super excited to do temperament testing and find out which one of those girls will be added to our family. But I'm gonna get these babies lights turned off and lullabies on, and we'll talk to y'all later. Bye, y'all.